Can they take my children away because I'm rude and obnoxious? My name is Vince Davis. I'm an attorney here in California, and I practice in the area of CPS defense for families, parents, and relatives. I've been doing this for about 30 years. Now, do you want to know if you can lose your children because you're rude and obnoxious? Come with me and I'll give you an explanation. Today a client asked me, Vince, can they take away my children because I'm rude and obnoxious to the social worker and to the judge? Well, the answer to that question is a little complex. Theoretically, in the law, in the Welfare and Institutions Code here in California, there is no reason to take the children away from you because you're rude or obnoxious. But the problem becomes dealing with people. And if you're rude to the social worker may go out of his or her way to try to make it difficult for you to reunite with your children or to keep your children if they're in your custody. Now, I'm not telling you to kiss anybody's ass, but people are people. And if you don't treat them with respect and courtesy, people have a tendency to lean backwards and bend over backwards to make it difficult for you. Nothing has been said, nothing has been written, but that's the way people interact with each other. And it's no different between parents and social workers. Now, should there be a difference because they're government officials? Well, I'll leave that up to you. All I know is when I was 16 years old, my dad told me, son, if you get pulled over by the police, you become extra courteous, extra nice, and extra professional when addressing the police officer. And that's a lesson I've always kept with me when dealing with people, especially governmental agents like social workers. You know, I may be thinking one thing in my mind and be thinking, saying different things to the social worker, but I try to treat them with respect, still making the recommendation on whether my client is going to get their children back. So no, technically being rude and obnoxious to the social worker will not cause you to lose your children under the law. But then there's the relationship part of everything. And if you're rude and obnoxious, there's a great possibility that the social worker will make it more difficult for you. Now, the same applies to the judge. Now, regular courtroom decorum dictates that you never, ever be rude and obnoxious to the judge, even if you think he or she is not making the correct decision. It took me many years as a lawyer, and I've been practicing 31 years now. It took me several years to get used to this. I used to, in the courtroom, show my displeasure if a judge makes a decision that I don't agree with. For example, if I'm making objections and the judge overrules my objections, I used to make a face about it. And, one of the things I learned is communication is nonverbal. So it wasn't what I said, it was how I said it, and my body language, my facial expressions. So when you're sitting in a courtroom, just have that poker face. I tell that to clients a lot. Now, when a judge overrules an objection or makes a ruling that I don't like, I just say, thank you, Your Honor. And I don't say it sarcastically. Because I know, and the judge knows, that if I want to change that decision, my client and I have the right to file an appeal or to file a writ. I'm under the impression, almost in every situation that I've been in with a judge who's making rulings against me, that, the judge is trying to do what he or she thinks is best. So when you're in the courtroom, always show respect and courtesy to the judge, no matter what, if you think he or she is making the right decision or the wrong decision. Because judges are people, they tend to remember in their at least subconscious mind how you've treated them when it comes time to make that close call. We want to make sure that there's nothing negative inside the judge's mind or subconscious mind when making that decision. My name is Vince Davis. I get questions like this every day. You're probably watching this video because you have questions about a CPS case that you're personally or your family is involved in. If you want to ask me a question, call me for a free consultation. My telephone number is 888-888-6582. That's 888-888-6582, and we serve all of California. And in the right case, we might be able to represent you in another state outside of California. Thank you for watching.